Welcome back to Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, episode, I don't even know what I'm up to, episode 50 something. Anyway, I'll work that out and put it in the title. So I've done a couple of things since last week, just a couple of minor things. Firstly, I've stitched a few dots there. They're just satin stitch circles, like the budgies dots, and I've also stitched a couple of little things there on the beak. And I've started off by playing around, experimenting with a couple of leaves, which I'm going to do a bit more of today. So what I've done is I've cut out some leaves out of a green felt, and I'm going to use an array of green threads to stitch them down. A lot of these are wools. Some are hand dyed, like that one there is hand dyed, that one there as well. Just to play around with some different textures on the leaves. So I've stitched one side, and it's meant to be messy stitching, and I will stitch down the other side as well, so I'm going to show you that. I'll just find a needle that I like. Just have to find one that I can thread, because some of these wools are quite thick. And what I want to do is I want a contrasting colour. So if I've got like the lighter colour on that side, I want to do a contrasting colour on the other side. I quite like this dark one. I think I'm definitely going to need a bigger needle for that one. Not that one. This one here might work. Okay. Little quilter's knot on the end. And then all I did, and I'll show you in a minute, I'll do another one, is I just did a running stitch down the middle, and I've just done some straight stitches on the edges. So what I did is I started on this end, just coming on the outside edge of the leaf and just stitching it in on a slight angle. Okay, like I said, just messy stitching, and I don't I'm not particularly trying to fully cover up the felt. I don't mind the green colour coming through. Bit tangled there. I like this colour. It's nicely dyed. It's not perfect, which is good. Okay, so there you can see my two-toned leaf. And I don't want all the leaves the same. I want to have variegated colours, varying colours. So I'm going to change my thread out, and on this one I'll do a different colour. Might try this wool here, another hand dyed one it looks like. That one's hard to thread. I'm going to get a bigger one. I think this needle's a milliner's needle and it, whoops, not doing too well tonight. I think it's a milliner's needle, so nice straight one that'll go through easily. Okay, so starting towards the top, on the outside of the leaf, bringing it down. Might do one in the middle there as well. A little bit tough, there's quite a few layers of fabric here, put one in the middle. It's quite nice stitching with wool thread like this. It's a nice smooth one. I don't want too many on the end because I'm going to have some flowers up here. Maybe one there. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking, sort of randomly, and then there's going to be some flowers, maybe some berries on my branch. So I'm going to take them away for the moment and I'll show you how I do this. So it's really simple. I just lie the leaf down right at the edge of the branch. Don't do a knot. Nope, need to do a knot. Just getting my knot done. Okay, and then I come out right at the edge where the leaf would join the branch, and I'm just going to do a back stitch through the middle. Okay, so once I've got the stitches through the middle, then I'm just doing the stitches over half of the leaf. Oops. Okay, so I think you get the idea. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video for a little while and I'll stitch down more leaves and I'll come back once I'm done. Okay, so my leaves are done for the moment. I might add some more later if I feel like it. Now what I want to do is I want to work on my flowers. So I'm going to pick a silk ribbon. I want one that's quite bright. to go along with my other favourite colour, neon pink. That's nice, and it's thick. I want a thick one. That's nice too. I think I'm leaning towards that one at the moment. Yep, I think that one will be good. So put my ribbons to the side. So in case you're wondering, I've got a lot of my silk ribbons from different places, but I know this one and a lot of those really bright ones are all hand dyed, and they did come from an Australian Etsy seller. I'm sure you'd be able to find them in your own country if you're not in Australia. I don't know exactly how many mils this ribbon would be. Maybe, hang on, do I have a ruler? Seeing if I've got one. Yes, I've got a tiny ruler over here. Let's have a look at how wide this ribbon would be. It's a funny ruler, this one. Anyway, let's have a look. You are looking at, I think it's 7 millimeters wide. Okay, now my friend told me, and I'm going to see if this works. Sue, thank you for the tip if you're watching the video. She's worked with ribbon before. I haven't really, so I'm a novice. She said that I think I can just prick it through there, and then I can pull it through. She laughed at me when I was trying to tie a quilter's knot with ribbon. Kind of a knot. Is that right, Sue? Did I do it right? I don't know. Kind of a knot. Anyway, that'll do. So I know I want a flower up here. Well, no, that's not much of a knot. So you're going to have to teach me. You tried to explain. I'm going to do a quilter's knot with my silk ribbon. You did try to explain it to me, but it didn't work, so I'm going to have to get you to show me. And yes, you can have a laugh at me on this video. All right, so I am just going to make some petals out of this ribbon. So just doing some straight stitches. I'm a total newbie. How do you stop your ribbon from, I don't want it to get so skinny. Stay fat. That's a bit better. I picked the thick one on purpose, and I want it to have some, to stay, it's quite chunky. I watch Cécile Facile, is that how you say it? Anyway, the French textile artist, and I do watch her videos. Oh my gosh, she just makes everything look so easy. I wish I was as talented as she is, and she has some really cool types of ribbons. I think she uses a lot of silk ribbon, and she uses another sort of, it's like a ribbon but it looks like tulle. I haven't found that anywhere. I'm going to have to keep a lookout for that because that looks quite interesting to use. And she just stitches with such ease. So someone to look out for on YouTube. She doesn't put that many videos up, but she has quite a few, and you can watch her create, and she's amazing. I once saw her at a quilt show in Sydney, and I wasn't familiar with who she was really. I'd seen a little bit of her stuff online, but I wasn't too familiar. But her stuff that she had at the show was amazing. So that's kind of where I first sort of started paying attention to her. So this is going to be a crazy bright flower. bit high there, I'll stitch down here using my very bright ribbon and then my very bright wool. And then what I think I might do is some beading in the middle as well of my flowers. So I'm thinking uneven numbers, maybe 3 flowers, and then maybe some little buds. One got a little bit thin. Try to keep my ribbon untwisted. I've definitely bought some silk ribbon embroidery books, but I really haven't experimented or really used them yet. So I probably should do that and have a go at learning how to make some different types of ribbon. Bit thick through the back. Oh, sorry, that was my son, Jamie. He's I think he's annoying my cat. You're annoying Bobby, darling. Yep. Oh, a bit what's going on the back. I think I've gone through the knot. Let's hang on a sec. Total experiment. Okay, now what I want to use is my nice bright wool to add some more stitches and more texture into my flower. Now, variegated wool, it's going to add some different colours. And then the plan is to bead the centre. And I think I might bead the centre maybe with a bright orange bead. Oops. So these are just straight stitches, adding more texture, and the variegation of the wool should start coming through as well. chunky on the back with all that ribbon. Bit crazy. Anyway, I might actually keep going with a little bit more wool out here just to add a bit of the pink wool because I've got a lot on the other side. Just a couple of stitches over here. Okay. There's a lot of thread in one spot there. Okay. So now what I want is a thin brown. Let me see if I've got something on hand close by. That will do. It's just out of my scrap bucket. It's kind of an olivey, greeny brown. How many threads are there? 3. I'll leave the 3. Just a few little stemmy thing, like stemmy, I don't know what they are, little veins. It's hard to get through that middle, it's very chunky. Ooh, it's hard to get through. You're not going to see the very center because that's where the beads will go. Okay, I like that. Look how thick that is, that's so thick on the back. Anyway, not going to see it once it's stitched down. I need to keep that for when I do another flower. I just realised my flower's kind of floating in midair. I should have done it closer, but it doesn't matter. I might put some leaves. So just having a think. I might do another flower next to it to kind of connect it, and then I can put a leaf in. So I'll try another one. Do I want to do, I might do a different coloured silk ribbon. Let's have a look, maybe an orange. What have I got? That's nice. Okay, so it's about the same. I think that's the same width, yep. I love pink and orange together. They look really good. And I cut my silk ribbon on an angle so it's easier to thread. You have to have a needle with quite a large eye. All right, I'm going to show you one more flower. I'm going to do this one closer down. And then I'm going to turn off my camera again and I might add a couple more flowers. And then I'll come back and show you the beading part and maybe adding a few more leaves. Let's see how we go. We'll go a bit closer down here. You know what? I'm going to put my knot, be smarter this time, not like last time. Okay, I'm going to put my knot on the outside of the flower so that I'm not constantly trying to stitch through the middle with that huge bulk with the knot that's hard to get through. My plan will be to use the same wool like I did on the other one. It actually has some orange in it as well, which will go nicely with my orange flower, I think. Nice darker orange is coming through now, which I like. I'm trying to keep my ribbon fat, so I'm holding onto it so it doesn't pull too thin. That will do. Oh, not as bad as the other one. Much better. Just thread it up through that mess. Okay. So, time for my thread. Again, I'm going to keep my knot on the outside. And you see there's some orange there that will come through on my flower in a minute. I love these colours, nice and bright. And then I love even the pastels, these ones coming through. Even though it's the same wool, it looks different on the orange flower, and because I'm getting different colours through from the variegated hand dyed part. It's pretty colours. Hopefully you can tell on camera, sometimes the colours don't always come through the same as what they are in real life when you make a video. So I'm going to put the little veins in like the other one. And then I'll pull out my beads next, and I'll just show you how I'll bead it. Then what I think I might do is I might work off camera. It's Tuesday today, Tuesday night. I'm trying to get my video done for this week. Normally do it on Wednesdays. I'm always last minute. But I'm super busy tomorrow. I've got parent-teacher interviews with my Year 12 boys, which are the final year of school. Tomorrow night and Thursday night, and then straight from my interviews. I have just a very short break in between until I go to hockey training. And then next week I have the same thing again, but with year 11, which is the second last year of school. And with, I think, 23 boys in my year 12 class, and I think, what have I got, 25 in my year 11 class. And they're 10-minute interviews each. It's pretty chock-a-block. So pretty full. So this week I'm trying to be just a little bit better organised and getting my, a bit tough, getting my video done so it's ready to go for tomorrow. Okay, so I'll get the beading done to show you how I do that very quickly. It's very straightforward. I'm sure you've seen me do it before, or Rachel as well, she does it. And then I think I will jump off and I'll do a bit more work with some more flowers and show you that later. So just give me a sec, I'm going to pause. Okay, beads out. So I was thinking orange, but I only have some sort of clear orange like this, and I thought they might blend in too much. I like the idea of yellow, but then I do like the idea of a contrasting green, and also I was thinking a matte bead, not a clear one like that. So I'm going to try the green. Now, I've got a beading needle. And I'm actually thinking, beading needles are so thin to thread, because I was thinking I'd like to do a contrasting thread so you can kind of see it. Seeing what colours I've got handy. Well, actually I could use that. That's one from the Crafty Op shop, because that's like a silk thread, a thin one. I'm going to try that. Let me just open it. $2. Love it. It's just a rayon, not a silk. It looks like silk, but it's a rayon. And if I can get it into my beading needle, I actually like the option of having something with some colour. Just think what else I've got handy next to me. If not, I have a silk, the same silk thread that I normally use from the Crafty Op shop. That was $3. I'm actually always on the lookout for this brand. So if my pink, if I can't get the pink to thread, that one will definitely thread because it's nice and thin. So let's try. I don't know if it's going to work. It just keeps splitting. Did I get it? I think I did. No. Split it. Try again. One more time. If not, I'm converting to my silk. Oh, I got it. Happy days. Just got a million needles next to me. I'm just moving them away. Okay, give myself a bit of space. quilter's knot. Even though this is really compact here, because the needle's so fine, they usually go through really easily. So I know beading needles can be really hard to thread. They are wonderful to use with the beads, makes it much easier. And I normally, so I've just done 1 stitch through it, and I'll go ahead and do 2 because it, number 1, it makes sure that the beads won't come undone, they're nice and tight. And secondly, the beads just seem to sit better when it's got 2 stitches. They sit upwards, like upright, the way you want them to. And I love the choice of the green already. Let's get a little cluster of beads. Hello, Jamie. It's my son sneaking in. Okay, so see how it's sitting with the hole up? I tend to find when I do the second stitch, it's going to hold it in the right position. Whoops, hook the corner. I want a fairly good cluster of beads. What are you doing, darling?
Trying to find AAA batteries.
Okay, finding AAA batteries.
We don't have.
What do you need it for?
A light.
Okay.
Do you have clear tape?
Sticky tape?
Yeah.
I think there's some on your desk over there. Whoops, I've unthreaded the needle. Okay, I'm going to pause because I think you get the idea of the beading. I've done 3 and I will finish off the beading and then I'll turn the camera back on. Okay, hi everyone. I've made a bit more progress on my block. I've still got a little bit of work to do, but I'll show you where I'm at because I think this video is long enough as it is for this week. So just make sure I'm focused. I've finished my little flowers, nice and bright colours, as you can see. You see the detail? I've got the colourful bright pink and orange ribbons in the background with some of that bright wool over the top, some brown thread, and then the green beads. And I've done 5 different flowers on my block. Refocus. I really like the way these colours pop against the blues and greens and yellow. Then I've added a couple of little pink details down the bottom just to add some interest. And I stitched on this little motif here. I've got a few of these different things. They're like this. So that kind of thing. So I stitched on one of them as well. The only other thing I've started doing, if you can see, I thought it looked a bit plain, my budgie on its head. So I'm adding some stitching. So I'm in the process of doing that. I think I'm using all 6 strands, it looks like. And I'm going to stitch a bit of texture on the head. So that is where I'm at the moment with this block. And now what I'm going to do is, I know Rachel tonight, if you've watched her video, you probably already have because it's already up. Mine's going to be a bit late. I think Rachel has announced our new project. which is continuing on with our Journal of Stitchery journey. And this time the theme is going to be a Christmas one. So I had a chat to Rachel tonight. It's now Wednesday night and I'm back from hockey, so it's time to finish off my video. And I have to try and remember the things she told me. So firstly, she told you that we're going to be more productive with this project. We are going for a Christmas theme, but what we're going to do, because we know not everyone necessarily celebrates Christmas or the ideas of Christmas or have different religious beliefs, but they might still want to participate in the project. So what we're going to do every 2 weeks, there'll be a new prompt, and whilst one prompt might be Christmas related, we'll give an alternative prompt if you'd like a different one that you could do alongside it. So I kind of joked with my sister tonight. So for example, if we gave you Santa Claus, you might not want to do Santa Claus, and we might give you a jolly old man. I'm only joking. We won't do that. We'll think of something different. So you could either do your Christmas journal of stitchery, or, my son suggested you could do the Christmas armadillo.
Hanukkah.
Sorry, the Hanukkah armadillo from Friends, if you've seen that episode. But what we thought, if you didn't want to do Christmas, you could do a winter journal. Now, I know the Northern Hemisphere will be going into winter. No, sorry, Southern Hemisphere is going into winter, but the Northern Hemisphere will go into winter over Christmas time. But you could still aim to do a wintry kind of journal. So there'll be some alternative prompts if you like to choose a different one. Now, what I've got in front of you, Rachel has announced that our lovely friend Lisa Mattock from Forage, which is her business name, and she does amazing slow stitch kits and classes. I've been lucky enough to do a class with her, and I think Mum's done 2 or 3. Lisa's a lovely friend of ours, and we've invited Lisa to join our collaboration. And Lisa sent me some lovely slow stitch kits, slow stitch packs of fabric. So these ones are Christmas related, and she is going to put together some packs similar to these, but also a little bit different, because I think her intention is to add more vintage pieces of fabric. She has an amazing collection. She often travels, especially to France, to pick up wonderful fabrics and laces and stuff. So Lisa will be posting, and Rachel will let you know when Lisa gets those packs up. Now, Rachel is also making some packs, which I think she's announced, and she will slowly be adding them to her Etsy store. So Rachel's packs will include, and she'll show you them when she's ready, but they will include sort of larger pieces of fabric, maybe some stamped or painted pieces of fabric, some stamped images, that kind of thing. And then I'm also going to make a pack, so you have some different options, different choices. We don't expect you to buy all 3, but it's totally up to you. Mine won't be ready for a little while, but my plan will be to have some smaller pieces of fabric for little features, and to have some embellishments, and there'll be a bunch of things, lots of laces and things like that in mine. So mine will be smaller kind of embellishments. Rachel's will be larger pieces of fabric, and then you also have the opportunity to buy laces as well. So we're going to stagger them out. We don't want to hit you with 3 people with 3 packs and you feeling like you have to pay for it all and you have to pay for postage, because Lisa and I are in Australia and then Rachel's in Italy, and you'll be having to get things posted. So we do want to stagger them out a bit. We certainly don't expect you to use everything in your your book, because you wouldn't want all the books looking exactly the same. My packs are going to be varied. I'm going to vary them deliberately so that you're not getting, I don't have 50 people getting the exact same thing. I'm going to vary them up a bit. And then Lisa will have her lovely packs, and then Rachel and totally choice is yours. We're just giving you options. And we are using each other's as well. So I'll be sending a pack to my sister and to my mum, Juju. Juju's participating, of course, and to Lisa and Rach. And then I've already got some stuff from Lisa, and then Rach will be sending us stuff as well. So we're all going to have it, and we're going to play around with bits. So quickly, the last part of my video, I just want to show you some of the beautiful bits and pieces that Lisa has in her packs. So I'll just go through. So as I'm showing you the bits, I'll just give you a little bit more detail. I haven't watched Rachel's video yet, so I don't know exactly what she's told you. I love old bits like this, especially with, you can see little bits of stain on there. I would leave that. I wouldn't want to wash that out because it's showing that it's lovely and vintage. Lovely thin piece of linen. It's kind of a very pale, I don't know if you can quite pick up the colour, but it's a very pale kind of icy blue. Gorgeous gingham. So this is the green pack, and then I've got one that's got a bit more red. And like Lisa's done here, my packs won't be just red and green. Rach and I have talked about this. We would definitely be adding in some touches of blue, probably some darker blue and some sort of icy wintry blues. And then we also plan, well, I might even add in a few pops of light pink. Now these fabrics are stunning. I have no idea where Lisa gets them, but they're gorgeous Christmassy fabrics. So Rachel's already said in her video, I think, that she doesn't plan to focus on Christmassy fabrics, but we will definitely be using some bits and pieces like this that we're getting from Lisa. They're just, oh, look at that bird. So we definitely want to use a bit of that. But we're going to go more so with the colours and add the, that's lovely. Add the, you know, the embellishments will be the Christmas embellishments. And I'm not going to go just traditional Christmas colours in my Roxy's Christmas Journal of Stitchery. I am going to mix it up a bit. Okay, so this one is a little bit more of a red toned focus. So lovely, like their French, like grain sacks or something like that. So soft. Love script fabric. That comes in really handy. And look at the texture on that. And oh, Rach, you'll be jealous. I got a hole. How exciting. That's really cool. Beautiful piece of linen or hemp. I don't know the difference. Rach knows the difference. And then we've got some more spot in some red and some grey. So grey is another great colour to add to your journal for Christmas. And here we've got some more of these beautiful fabrics. So we've got 3. One with Santa and rocking horses, candy canes, beautiful houses. Oh, and that one's really sweet. Look at that. So I want to say thank you so much to Lisa for sending me your beautiful kits to play with. Like I said, she will be making more kits, but they're not going to be exactly the same as this one. I know that Rach said that she spoke to Lisa and she wants to add in some more vintagey pieces of fabrics, although there is quite a bit of vintage in this pile. And we hope that you join in the journey with us. We will be posting our themes on YouTube, so they will come out every 2 weeks. So that means I'm going to have to get a move along and try and get a block done each month. I actually wanted to do a bigger book this time. So again, the focus for us is going to be to make it into a hardcover slow stitch journal. But this time I'm going to use a larger book and a vintage Italian one that Rachel sent me. And along with the themes every 2 weeks, there's going to be a special feature that we're encouraging you to use for that month. So all will be revealed. You will have one monthly feature that you can use on both blocks if you want to, or just one. And then you will have 2 themes a month. So every 2 weeks you'll have a theme, and we've kind of planned that all out. So we're hoping that all our lovely people that have joined us in the Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, we've got 1 month to go. We're hoping that you would love to join us as well. Our Facebook group will continue, but it will turn into the Christmas Journal of Stitchery, the Roxy's Christmas Journal of Stitchery. So we will see you again next week, where we are up to our final theme for the 6 month project. And next week, my video will be the first one up, and I'll be announcing the final theme. So thank you for watching. This is quite a long video, and you can go on your merry way and go and do some slow stitching. Have fun, and I'll see you next week. Bye.